On this Junior's Gasoline Alley, we're going to be fixing something that likely you've broken if you're on this video, and that's going to be the wheel shaft set for a Kyosho Madvan, any of these things on the MK2 platform. So inside of here, what we got going on is one wheel started slipping and kind of moving around, and that's because one of the hexes inside of here, this kind of Y shape or whatever you want to call it, stripped out. So I'll show you how to take that apart, get it fixed, and get your truck back on the road just in no time. Now with this truck here, this is a part that is not quite as nice as it could be, and I was looking for some upgrades, and it looks like you can get an upgraded piece to solve this. However, they've been all out of stock, so instead we'll be replacing the plastic with plastic. But the trick here is that little nub used to attach on the back end of this, and then that would lock in, and that's what would drive your hex forward. Now, you can just replace this hex if you want to. However, looking at this one, this has been rounded off a little bit, so I think it's time to just replace the whole thing and make sure that it's in good shape. So when you buy these kits, it's going to come with a bunch of these little drive cups, and that's what is then going to match up with the hex that we were looking at before, which has very clear delineation, kind of locks into place, and that's what's going to drive it forward. As I said before, there is an aluminum kit that just did not happen to be in stock when it came time to do this. So get this done should be fairly simple. I think we just got to take off the hub, pull it off real quick. Oh, won't even have to take it out. Look at that, the dog bone comes out. It is nice that these are metal. I think that should just press out with a little bit of... Pulls out just like that. You then are going to have to work off the bearing here. Get that off, and then now you can line the two up. Now before we put that bearing back onto here, we do need to swap out the hex that goes inside, or rather the lock nut, I should say. So we just got to press out. There's a little lock nut that's in here. Take a look, you can see that guy just inside. And in fact, what may be easiest is to screw our wheel nut on just a little bit and then use a pair of pliers. There we go. See, that came out. Now to get that nut back in, I suggest you use your screw you were using before to get it lined up. You'll see it's pressed in properly there. Then just take a much bigger Allen and press it into place. Get a little light so you can see that little guy down in there. And now, take our outer bearing, slide that puppy on, slide it into the carrier hub, just like so, making sure that the bearing for the carrier hub does not slide out. So gotta work with those two things a little bit. And then put your dog bone back in, and it's time to kind of screw everything back together. That is in. You can then take your little hex, which you can tell is considerably more prominent than the plastic one. I will look to buy the aluminum ones eventually, especially running 3S sometimes with my brushless conversion on this truck. But now, to be able to take that, take our wheel, slide the wheel on, and then simply use the screw on the wheel nut to snug everything back up together. Just like that, the wheel's on and you're ready to go. And of course, you've got a whole set remaining just in case something else were to happen. Well, hopefully this was helpful. If you need some of these, I do have them linked down below. And while you're at it, browse the channel for other how-to videos and all that good stuff for the Fazer MK2 platform and specifically the Kyosho Madvan.